Hello everyone, Digitams here with another guide. Today we will be looking at playing Role Warriors, and this video will be split into two parts. Um, I have one full game of Role Warriors that I cut up a bit, and it basically explains every major game decision that I made. That will be the second half of this video, because first I wanted to very quickly go over which heroes are good in this build, and which items are good in this build. Alright, so let's get right into it. I have prepared a little show for you here. Okay, so basically, this freestyle setup shows the progress through your build. You basically start out nice and easy, 3 warriors, really good. And then when you get to level 4, what you want to be doing, you can run 4 warriors for a little bit, but as soon as you get your Underlord, which is always going to be Eno, you need to play Putch and another Heartless. I personally like Vengeful Spirit quite a lot. I think she's really good, and she's quite easy to freestart. Then on level 4, you need to be rolling until you hit like good progress for your 1 costs, right? So Tusk and Starter are your highest priorities here. Vengeful Spirit you can freestart, but if you run out of bench space or gold, you can always stick to a 2-star Vengeful Spirit and upgrade her to Death Prophet later on. However, if you do manage to hit Vengeful Freestar, Starter Freestar, and Tusk Freestar, you can level to 5. And on 5, you retain the same tier 2 unit odds as you had on level 4, but you get another unit on your board. That's pretty big. That means that on 5, it's good to roll for Putch and Kunkka. But for these 2 units, you need to be wary, right? Because mage players and assassin players might want your Kunkka. And as you might see in the gameplay footage later in this video, hunter players do love their Putch. And sometimes Putch is just too contested. Same thing with Kunkka. So scout the lobby. If it turns out that too many people are playing Putch and or Kunkka, just keep leveling. But if that isn't the case, you can march onwards. And then if you actually manage to freestart the Kunkka and the Putch, you can put in an Earth Spirit if you got it along the way, or you can put in Lycan. Lycan's a good alternative because it gives you humans, savages, and he is a really strong unit in general. But we're like gonna pretend like we didn't find him here quite yet. And then on 7, if you're lucky, you might have a Tidehunter. That way you can play 6 warriors with 2 scales, and that would be really good. But usually you won't be this lucky. If you have the HP to do so, please just level to 8, because it gives you way better odds for Tidehunter. You can just play a Lycan instead of the Tidehunter here, and you'll still have a really good board. If you do not have the HP, you may have to just roll on 7 for it, but preferably you go at least to level 8, because it allows you to play this roll over here, second to last row over here. And this is a really good build. You have your 6 warriors, you have your 2 savages, 2 humans, you have your 2 scaleds, and you have this bunch of free stars that is just insane, right? And if you still manage to make it to level 9, you can upgrade it even further by going for Troll Warlord over your Earth Spirit. So that is a very basic explanation also as to why you do not try to freestar your Earth Spirit, right? You're already going for 5 units usually. It's going to be these 5: Kunkka, Vengeful, Slaughter, Tusk, and Pudge, right? If you also go for Earth Spirit, you may run out of bench space or gold, and that's really not something you want when you're playing a role comp. So it's much safer to just 2-star the Earth Spirit. You can run him slightly earlier if your progress in your other units is bad, because Earth Spirit 2-star early game is pretty good. Once again, I'll demonstrate that in the video footage of a game later on in this video. But yeah, that basically explains it, right? Because you need to replace 1 warrior with Troll Warlord, and that's pretty much how we Earth Spirit. There's very few situations where you like Earth Spirit over Troll. But if you do manage to land 9 Earth Spirits pretty much for free without it punishing you in any way whatsoever, do take them. Like, you can run it on level 8, just run this exact strat, but then with an Earth Spirit 3-star. That is still very good, right? The Troll Warlord thing is nice, but just having a bunch of 3-stars is always going to be good, right? You should never really skip on them. So yeah, before we go to the video footage of a game that I played, where I explain my thoughts, I will be showing you guys the items. But here I showed you guys basically what heroes are good, when you go for them, how exactly you path through the levels, and of course the Underlord. When it comes to the Underlord, there's a very simple saying: you see the rat, you click the rat. Very basic stuff. Alright, so before we go further, let's go to the items. Alright, now for a brief item rundown, right? Let's start at the bottom. We have the tier 1 items. Vitality Booster gives 750 HP in total, right? If you put a hero to the left and to the right. This makes it the best item for warriors on tier 1, because the 10 armor that you get from running 3 warriors amplifies the effective HP at 750 by a lot. And it makes it so that your team really lives way too long, right? And that's really good. However, the other alternatives are Chainmail and Voidstone. They're really good. Voidstone on Slardar is a really good combo because his Corrosive Haze is very good. You can get him to spam it by giving him a mana item. That's quite nice. Also, Chainmail's good. Good on any hero, but Pudge especially because he has high base HP. Armor keeps giving you more and more value, right? Doesn't have diminishing returns until it's like 50, I think. So just stacking armor and stacking more armor is always a good idea. Talisman is always a solid choice, but in this specific build, it is definitely on a lower tier than the other 3 tier 1 items that I just mentioned. Alright, moving on to tier 2 items. There's some really good ones in here. So Tusk and Stonehold Pike is a great interaction because Walrus Punch for a 3-star Tusk amplifies damage by 400%. For a 2-star Tusk, it's 350, so that's still pretty decent, right? But what this means is that the plus 120 damage that the Pike can give as a maximum can be amplified to plus 480. And it basically turns Tusk into the One Punch Man. Let's see. Then we have Blade Mail. More armor and damage reflection. Pudge is a good hero to carry it because he has a high base HP, the highest in the game, I think. Let's see. Then we have Slardar over here. Slardar usually makes a decent amount of kills, and he has pretty low base HP actually compared to the other warriors. If you click around here, you see 2.4k, 2.9k, 3k, 3.3k. And then here is Slardar with his 1.8k. But he has high base damage, so what that means is that he can make a lot of kills, but if you don't give him HP items, he can struggle a bit. Then we have Vanguard. This is one of my favorite interactions for the warrior early game. You will see it in the video footage of my gameplay, and it's basically Earth Spirit has 10 armor, so that's higher base armor than all these units. It's the highest base armor of like any tier 2 unit, I think. I don't think there's any other tier 2 unit that has 10 base armor. Anyway, if you then give him Vanguard, the way Vanguard works is first the armor is applied to the incoming damage, reduces the incoming damage, and then the block is applied. So it can lead to situations where, because of the armor from 3 warriors, plus his 10 armor as base armor, plus the block, basically means that there's 0 damage incoming for some attacks, which is really fucking hilarious, actually. And then we have Heaven's Halberd. It's just a solid item in general. It's not particularly great in this build compared to these 4 items, but Halberd is always going to be really good, right? Moving on to tier 3 items, we have the Battle Fury for One Punch Man. It's not plus 120 damage, but it also means that you don't need to farm kills on your Tusk. It's just always a solid 50. And the cleave is actually pretty decent in some situations. And, you know, it still gives him a large damage increase, so that's always nice. Slardar's Corrosive Haze has a 3-second cooldown. If you run Lycan plus Kunkka, you have humans, so you give him slightly more mana gain as well. What this means is he can spam out the Necronomicon units called Probe Bruisers quite nicely, because it's just a very low cooldown skill. He can spam it out during the fight. Pipe of Insight is really good because it gives you plus 50% magic resistance on the unit and a nice little bubble that negates 250 magic damage per ally. This is particularly good against, like, mages, right? All the other matchups it doesn't matter too much against. So if there's no mage players in your lobby, don't take it. But mages can be a bit scary. Warriors, to defeat mages, they need to be ahead of them. And that won't always be the case. Pipe allows you to still kind of smack them. Just quite nice. Silver Edge is one of the best items in the game. It gives attack speed, which is especially good on Tusk if you have Savages, or Kunkka if you have him 3-starred, because his Tidebringer, his 3-star effect, pops every 4 hits. So giving him attack speed makes it so that he pops his Tidebringer more often, and it's a high source of damage. Really good. And then Craggy Coat, it's probably the best on Pudge, right? You don't really care about Pudge's right clicks. He has insane base HP, and it's just really solid. Moving on to tier 4 items, you don't have the greatest candidates in general, but like the 3 items that I'd say are really good in this build are actually like great, right? Because Kunkka can take Butterfly or Moon Shards. Same with Tusk. Tusk preferably if you have Savages in, not without. But yeah, so Kunkka, once again, the Tidebringer 3-star effect, it pops when you hit more, so giving him attack speed is going to be incredibly good on him. Aside from that, you can even give the Refresher over to Kunkka. This is basically Kunkka's item round. Like, if you didn't have a good Kunkka item before, now you need to look for one. Because Refresher is great on him, Butterfly is great on him, and Moonshard is great on him. You get attack speed or you get a double boat. But your Refresher doesn't have to go on the Kunkka. You can give it to Tidehunter. Double Ravage, especially for a 2-star Tide, is incredibly good. There are some situations where, like, there's a really barricaded Hunter comp and a double Ravage is gonna do the most. So you need to be wary of that. But worst case, you can always just pass it off to Kunkka. So that item is really good. Butterfly, I'd say the preferred way to organize this, if you have both a Moonshard and a Butterfly, you give the Moonshard over to Kunkka because he needs the attack speed the most, so he gets more Tidebringers. Whereas whereas Tusk gets his damage amplification, so he amplifies the damage, 35 damage, better than Kunkka does. And then last we have our tier 5 items. There are some really fucking good ones in here, right? I think the top 2 ones are definitely Heart and Radiance. They are incredibly good. If you Heart or Radiance a Pudge 3-star, you have created a monster. I have seen this single-handedly dominate rounds. If you don't have a Pudge 3-star, most of your warriors are fine carrying these 2 items, right? But Pudge is like the best candidate by far. One of the reasons is like Heart's region's health dependent on max HP, right? And Pudge has the highest max HP. So you then give him the Heart, he will regenerate more. On the other hand, Radiance, you'd prefer your Radiance on your tankiest hero. Pudge is your tankiest hero, and it actually means that you have a nice spread of damage, right? Because, like, your damage usually relies a lot at this stage on, like, Kunkka and Slardar and Tusk, maybe Troll Warlord if you have him in. By taking Radiance, you have another source of damage, which is really nice. And then we have Shivas and Vladimir's. They're both really strong items. But I wouldn't put them on the same like tier as the Radiance and the Heart. These two are just really good. Shivas and Vladimir's are also great, because giving your entire team some extra armor is always going to be good. Same thing with the damage, same thing with the lifesteal. It's just really solid. You have this like huge death ball of a team, and you buff all of them. That's always going to be great. Shivas isn't the greatest if you're in a 1 versus mages, right? That's always like, if you're considering taking Shivas, always just press tab. Who am I fighting in the late game? Is it mages? Don't take Shivas. Because Shivas just gives them their mana. But if it's hunters, you can slow them all the way down, right? And that is really massive. If your 1 versus 1 is against hunters, especially if they have Cadence Blade, the disgusting item that will just destroy your warriors because it pierces armor, then you can slow their entire team, and you can basically prevent them from quickly murdering everything. And that's when hunters start to struggle, right? When they can't really quickly murder things because they don't have the greatest sustain, right? So you can slow them down enough that you can pierce their front line, you can get into their back line, kill their units, and just take the round. That is massive. Alright. Hopefully, this will have made pretty clear how you should play it from like a theoretical point, right? Which units are good, which items are good, all that stuff. But that's... replicating that is one thing, right? But understanding why that is another thing, and I explain a lot of that stuff in the remainder of this video, so I would recommend checking it out. Yeah, let's get right into it. Play role warriors. I just don't force things, though. That's the main thing. I hate that. Game gives you units, tells you to go in a certain direction, you should listen. Because that's the way you can get fucking comps online that are funny and shouldn't work. Because the game gives you units and you take them and respond accordingly. Right? When you're forcing, you're basically taking away that element unless you high roll. All I will say is literally like the moment the patch dropped, I was playing Warriors and getting first place with it. The first game, like 10 minutes after the patch dropped. That's all I'm gonna say, you know? It's not just that they're buffed, it's that so many other things have also been nerfed that it's like actually a legit strat now, in my opinion. It might not be as consistent as like the level builds, but it's like role hunters and role mages, where things can go disastrously wrong, but they can also go really well. Alright, I normally don't really put much emphasis on the Earth Spirit here, but it's more that, you know, we'll be playing warriors, so I have to, because I don't have good warrior progress, and we need some 2-star to actually make this work. So yeah, we do need some more progress than this. Like, the fact that we already have an ES2 is not really great, but it's like, if we don't do it, we're gonna take a massive L every single round that we play, right? Just 3 1-star warriors. What's up, JP? Alright. That's not good enough, right? We can play it, but we're gonna get our asses kicked. 5... yeah, 5, right? Yeah, 5. Okay, this is incredibly toxic. I just want to point that out. This is gonna, like, actually be such a fucking stupid-ass round. Alright, so... here's the thing you need to understand about Earth Spirit, right? He starts with 10 armor, as opposed to the usual 5. Then we give him 10 more, because of warriors. He is a 2-star, and now he also has Vanguard and Vit Booster adjacent to him. So he has disgusting amounts of effective HP if you factor in the armor, the block, and all the fucking HP boosts I just gave him. So it's... like, look at him. He can take all the heroes, right? It doesn't matter. He's just gonna sit in front and he's just gonna chill. It's such a fucking stupid ass. Like that. What if I get a Vanguard at round 4? I'm usually pretty happy about taking Earth Spirit 2-star, even though I usually just kind of disregard him as a unit, just because of this fucking interaction. It is so fucking annoying to deal with. His effective HP is through the fucking roof. Alright, so we got our Podge, so in like 2 rounds we can play bench Podge. Hopefully we have a 2-star Slaughter to back it up with. Just as Gaben intended. It's so fucking stupid, man. He's just vibing, you know? You really do be vibing. Unfortunately, healers are kinda good against this, but... Like, the problem with no damage is that it deals very little damage as well, right? So, if you have, like, 2-star, Dazzle Edge, I might actually not have the damage to deal with it. Just because of their fucking healing. That's funny, though. I'm okay with that. I wonder, like, Pepigol, later on, we're gonna have like 5 draws, you and me. It's gonna be glorious. Dude, I am genuinely looking forward to us two, 1 versus 1, 6 warriors versus 4 healers with both sides loaded with 3 stars. Or Mark, who's also going for it. Just give me that. Just give me that. That shit sounds like the funniest content of my fucking life. Just draw after draw after draw after draw. That's all I want. We can reach like round 60 or something. That is the purest content. There's a Tusk. Okay. I'll drop you. Honestly, I'll run this. I think this might be best. We're in a really interesting situation here. So we're gonna have too many 2-stars. I could be running 4 warriors if I upgrade this Tusk before I upgrade the Podge. It could happen. But a poor Armlet Drow actually sacrificing her HP to try and deal with this fucking Earth Spirit. No Mega Lol. Just no. It's not happening. I take Lycan, right? I could have taken the double Lycan and just hit an early Lycan 2-star. Here's the reason I didn't. I already have this Earth Spirit 2-star. I have really good progress on my warriors. So if I do that, I'm going to have to bench really good units, and it's just gonna slow me down. I don't like that play personally. Do I just Blade Mill the Podge or the Kunkka? Kunkka should be better. Blacklist. Thank you. Alright. For now I'm actually running this Pocket Dude. Sounds better to me. This progress is really fucking solid. I just wanna state my intention to actually dominate this game. One problem though could be like a large amount of Hunter players. Like, I see 3 of them, right? They all go for Podge, so 3-star Podge is a little bit out of the question. But that's okay. I love playing this build. Damn it, Hef, you're level 6. Can you calm down, Mr. Streaker? Yoink! See red, click red. Alright, now I'm curving back to the Heartless. Because that is just too important. Like, the rats gain such a big benefit from that shit. Yep. Alright. Okay, here's the reason why I'm actually, like, not rolling more. Because when I grab these two, my bench space actually has run out. So, even though I really want to actively roll for this Podge upgrade, just because of fear of running out of bench space, I can't and I shouldn't. Because if I don't hit an upgrade, I'd have to keep rolling until I do. And it could just genuinely fuck me up. I really dislike it, conceptually. Alright, so we took care of the CM freeze, so this means that the Yoink healing should be pretty reliable. If I roll at 4 and not at 5. So, when we roll at 5, our tier 1 odds, they go down pretty significantly. Whereas our tier 2 odds, they stay the same. And what units are we looking for? We're looking for Slaughter, we're looking for Tusk, we're looking for Pudge, we're looking for Kunkka. Maybe some Earth Spirits. We're not looking for free stars, for free costs. So, effectively, if we level up, yes, we have another unit. Which is nice. It is. Oh my god, no. Alright, we salvaged it. We lost some Tusks in the process. I didn't expect to hit that many Kunkkas, I'll be honest. Could have dropped the Venges. I think that would have been better than dropping the Tusks. In hindsight. Like the one play I think I'd rather have changed. Or have done differently there. And biased towards the rat. Yeah, the rat's great. But yeah, like, if you roll at 5, you're basically worsting your odds to actually restart your units, and that's not that. I mean, you do benefit from the extra units that you can field, but I don't think that's ever really the right call. Can Kunkka be better? No, because we're so close to a 3-star, and that would have like significantly impacted our game. I do understand where you're coming from. Like, if it was like, if I was on 5 Kunkkas, I can justify that. But 8 Kunkkas, you cannot, I feel. With 8 Kunkkas, you have to go, nope, I'm keeping them. I should have dropped the Venge, because I can just play Death Prophet instead of Venge 3-star. Venge 3-star is nice, but it's not the most important unit. It is like, it is your least important 3-star. Why keep the... Alright, so I can buy the Slaughter after combat, right? It is like... You should never sell units on your bench when you can just buy them after combat. But also, like, bench 3-star would be quite good in this build. And I could still go for it. Alright. Okay, I should have grabbed one bristle. My bad. Do I go Antler? Do I go Craggy? I say Antler. I think I'll go Craggy. Tusk. Another Tusk. Alright. I should really try and upgrade this Kunkka now. Okay. Now I'll actually do that play. It's really unfortunate that we don't hit one Kunkka there, but not the biggest deal. So the reason now this is justified is because we can indeed roll later for the Kunkka. And we're so close to the Tusk and the Pudge. Yeah, it's just a game sometimes, right? They decide to fuck with you. Like, when you're 8 out of 9 on one unit, the game hits this, like, switch, right? And it goes, alright, and now you're getting another unit. And then you 8 out of 9 that, and the game again goes, and now you're getting another unit. So that's what happened there. It's a bit frustrating, but it's not the biggest deal, right? Maybe you can sell... Or, oh, remember you can sell, yes. Yeah, technically true, but it's... I'm actually really comfortable about this game right now. Well, you can get more than 3 of them, right? Okay, in my opinion, like, the correct way to go about it is if there's not 3 Hunter players in the lobby, which is currently the case, right? Like, if you click on Pudge. 1, 2. Except for me, right? There's 3 players interested in Pudge. So you'd normally try to rush 6 warriors, but this makes sense. Okay, here's the problem with the 6 warrior variant, right? Have you ever had a game where you go that and you just get your troll warlord really late? Hey, Luca, how are you? Like, just really quite late. Even though you're level 9, you can't seem to hit your troll warlord. Because that is, in my experience, a reality that is fair. Oh, shit. Alright, fair enough. We'll see lots of coddle. Oof. The classic. Yeah, you'll see like every other 5 cost than the ones you actually want, right? So, I've played level warriors a little bit, right? Not too much. But here's my personal problem with it, right? You spam out the levels, you get your 6 warriors, and suddenly you can't find troll warlord. Your comp will die, like very fast. Because it is worse than all the good stuff variants that you could be running instead. And the rest of the lobby will be running. So, in my opinion, the correct way to go about warriors is to play them as a role comp. Don't try to free start Earth Spirit in most scenarios, but Starter, Tusk, Kunkka, Avenge, and Pudge are really good ones. Except for, like, Pudge when it's over contested. Just like this lobby, right? Way too many people interested in Pudge. You're not gonna free start. Not worth. It's not worth your gold. It's not worth your bench space. Hell, I'm not even sure if I saw a 4th Pudge by now, but if I did, I would skip it. Try if there's a spear player. Well, you can grief the spear player if you really wish to do so. Alright. Bogey, saw X9 this. Alright. Got Lycan as well. So, what we could do is, on 6, roll a little bit for the final 2 Kunkkas and Vanguard Slaughter. I really like the abuse with Earth Spirit 2-star and his high base armor. I really feel like it's worth giving him Vanguard pretty much every time. That's my personal point of view, at least. I see the argument, right? But it's like, this way they all live. Whereas, otherwise, Earth Spirit would have 100% died here. And I can't know that for sure, right? But it's gonna go my way. I'll take the Necro book, sure. It's more of a, like, risk I'm willing to take. Alright, hit you. So the reason I rolled that pack right, it only included 2 and 3 costs, and it was 5 different 2 and 3 costs. So it's a really high value blacklist roll, right? Because it gives me better odds of hitting Lycan and better odds of hitting Kunkka than, like, a pack filled with 1 costs would, because of the blacklist mechanic. So I'll usually be tempted to take packs like that if I have the gold to do so. And I did. So even though my intention wasn't to roll very much, I'll still take those. And it paid off. Exclamation mark blacklist. Yeah, it doesn't exist yet. I might make that video at some point, but... Alright, streak completed. This game is fucking free. Do you think running 4 skills is worth it? If you're 1v1ing a mage player, yeah. So... we sit here, we roll 18 C amount for the Lycan and the Kunkka upgrades. Once we hit one of them, we're willing to go and level, I think. more of a, like, we're not under pressure to jam out levels. To, like, upgrade our comp. Because our comp is already dominating this lobby so far. They run like... Alright, now I can level. Hold up. Plays you with you. We got our 3-star Kunkka. We do still need a Lycan, but it's like, whatever, man. So, now we're like... We keep the Shadow Shaman, actually. So now we're basically looking at our level 9 comp, right? At which point we will run Troll Warlord over Earth Spirit, but until then we can keep the Earth Spirit just... Okay, we already have Tidehunter. This is really fucking good. Let's see. Do I want to put the pressure on the lobby? I think I do, right? They'll fucking cadence me, bro. I'll be mad. Alright, so... We're basically looking at, like, how do we make level 9 here? I should have checked more for Kunkka contest. This guy could have gone for Kunkka 3-star. Could have been a problem after... Like, we did sell Kunkkas, right? That might have been a really bad mistake if this guy pursued Kunkka 3-star. It didn't end up mattering because... he didn't go for it, but if he did, we could have been hard punished. So here we win the round because we have Scales in with our Tide, which is really good. I think we're in a really strong position to just strong arm the rest of the lobby. Like we make 8 in a little bit, put in Lycan again. Then in 5 rounds we make 9. We put in hopefully a Troll Warlord, get the trolls up. This is a really fucking solid state for our board to be in. Mech's okay, right? But I've not been feeling mech too much. I'll take this. Oh, homie, skip cadence? Exactly. If you're one of my homies, you skip cadence, Blade. You don't counter me. Madge. Oh, fuck. Oh, I might have fucked my interest there. Why not Edge? I feel really bad taking fucking Silver Edge there. I don't know. I like Scotty because of the effective HP, but maybe it was the correct choice. It just felt bad taking Silver Edge at round 20, I'll be honest. That's the main reason. I didn't really consider it as one of my options anymore at that point. Silver Edge seems to be better. Probably is. Just didn't want to take a fucking Edge Patrol. That's a good point. You are correct, right? It's just, I see Silver Edge at round 20 and I'm like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. Realistically speaking, I probably wanted to do that, but it felt bad. You like the stamps? Yo, cheers. I mean, we're 84 HP. So unless Cadence Blade starts coming into play, I'm beating my ass. Taking tier 4 disguised as a tier 3. I mean, you're not wrong, but still, you know, yeah, it just felt bad. All right, you guys are 100% correct. I'll admit it, but it's just, I don't know, it felt bad. I mean, fuck it, sure. I mean, right now. Pretty sure I just do this, right? And then, just drop the fucking Earth Spirit, man. Fuck it. I don't know. I'm not sure if the Shaman is better than my, Lycan. But, you know, 2 trolls feels pretty good. Let's see. I think I'll just level in 2 rounds. Because I just need to get the Lycan in, and I just need to try and knock these players before too many Cadence Blades fly out of the fucking door, man. You better not have one Hef, my boy. Alright, he doesn't. See, Hef's my friend. He didn't take Cadence. What a nice boy. I'm sure it's not related to him not being offered Cadence Blade. Hey, it's Bombkin. Bombkin Good Stuff Hunters. Like the China vs. World tournaments. I didn't take because I liked it. Thank you. See, you're my boy. You're my friend. Alright, no Mega Lol. Yo, I'm going Radiance, boys. Alright, Cadence Viper, I mean... Oh, the Serpents, they got this. He's hitting Serpent Wards. Alright, he was hitting Serpent Wards. That's one of the really good things about Shadow Shaman in this build over, like, any of the other trolls. Like, the Serpent Wards are a great Cadence Blade counter. Just by existing. Because any Cadence Blade hero will struggle to murder them. It's great. Beautiful. It's wonderful. Makes me very happy. Alright. So now we level up and putting you, I guess. I mean, the mage player is still quite scary, right? Aside from that, I think we're okay. So it sort of does come down a little bit to, like, can I beat them? The answer is probably no. Actually, okay, we seem to be fine this round. I didn't think it was gonna go my way, but then I looked at combat and it is very much going my way. In fact, Spirit Gamer's done. Bam. Pepagol and Hef, we the boys. Top 3, let's go. Alright. I'm just rolling until I hit, like, Tide or, Shadow... Ooh, shit. Or Troll. Alright. Too bad. Troll 2 would be big. I think we won. I don't wanna, like, jinx it, but I'm pretty sure we won, right? Like, this is pretty insane. We'll see, though. Maybe not. Maybe we need Troll 2. Wait, Pepagol playing, you know, Rainbow build. PogChamp. Oh no, my Troll got doomed. Badly. Let's see. Alright, we might get double elimination here. Maybe. Does Hef beat us back? Nope. Alright, GG's. Warriors, no damage, boys. Let's go. No fucking damage. 0. Alright, that's the point. No damage. As you can see, our no damage Troll Warrior strat has taken the victory. We didn't need to punch 3-star here. We just got to level 9 and had a great time. It was really good. One thing that really helped is that Pepagol in 3rd place didn't have a Medusa to pair with his Cadence Blade, but even if he did, he was struggling a fair amount against me. Maybe it works with the Medusa, maybe it doesn't. Similarly, Hef in 2nd place didn't have a Cadence Blade, right? That is your main concern when you're playing Warriors, because it's pure damage, because it pierces your armor. Cadence Blade is your greatest fear. But if people don't get it, you can dominate them out of the lobby. And if you look at the way I play it, right? I spent a lot of gold. I didn't really wait. So I made sure that the game ended relatively early. Like round 28, maybe there's a Cadence Blade for Hef, for example. So if I don't spend my gold as much as I did, if I don't level to 9 the time that I did, if I wait for the like 2 rounds to get XP, and have a more natural level 9 with some more interest gold, maybe I don't win the round by this round, or maybe I don't win the game by this round, and then maybe there's a cadence plate, maybe things start hitting on his board, and maybe I start losing, right? You need to be very afraid of those kinds of things. Your opponents will also upgrade their boards. Try and win. If you can beat their comps fast, try and do it. We did have a Troll 2 and a Tide 2 as potential upgrades, but it's just we don't have a good level 10 in Warriors. That's the main thing, right? You're never really looking to go 10. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this guide. I hope you guys learned a bit of it. I hope it was helpful. I will be trying to do more guides and stuff. If it doesn't really go as fast as you would like, editing is a bit of a slow process sometimes, right? So if you want to see some games or want to ask some questions, you can always go over to my Twitch stream, twitch.tv/digitams. But otherwise, subscribe to my YouTube. I'll try and put in more guides because I feel like the game needs it, right? And hopefully I can keep helping people. Bye bye. Thanks for watching. And I'll talk to you later.